As we've been discussing tonight, over the past couple of weeks, we've already seen a troubling White House race go to a much darker place on both sides. While the critics have had a field day with Trump supporters and his treatment of women, the Clinton campaign has some serious issues of its own, including questions about her honesty, her foundation, and how her team views people of faith. Joining me now, Syndicated columnist and Fox News contributor Charles Krauthammer. Charles, good to see you. And if there's one thing I hear from people more than anything else on the streets these days, it's that they just feel disgusted, that they can't wait for this thing to end, and they feel low, they feel grossed out by the state of our electoral politics. Do you think it's particularly bad this time, this year?
Well, it is particularly bad. This is the, I would say, the lowest, least honorable political campaign I've seen in 35 years. But the good news is that it is reflected in the fact that these are the two most unpopular candidates in American history. There is a sense in the country that this is particularly bad. It would be worse if that weren't true. And I think what you have also is on two sides the worst of our politics. With the Clintons and what we're seeing in the emails is mostly inside the baseball, but it shows the utter rank cynicism of Hillary Clinton, and that's one of the reasons her ratings are so low. On the Trump side, it's now gone way beyond cynicism into squalor. That's really where we are. And he's insisting on bringing down the House upon him like Solomon, meaning bringing her down, her husband down, the Republican Party down. This is an all-out fight of a man with his back against the wall. And you are right. After a day or two of this, people feel they want to take a shower. But I would tell you, this does not, there are going to be people who are going to draw historical lessons from this. I think not. This is an example of what can happen in a celebrity-soaked culture, in a place where reality television has such a great influence. And we are seeing a kind of monstrous soap opera on the political stage. I suspect future candidates are not going to want to repeat either of the performances.
How did we get to this point, right? We were just talking about the race in 2012 when it was like Bain Capital and, you know, whether Barack Obama was running an empirical presidency, right? How did we fall so far so fast?
Well, because on one side you have a very cynical politician in Hillary Clinton who doesn't have a message, because as we see in her own emails, they're not even sure why she's running, what she stands for, etc. It's all contrived, all thought out, all sort of a Potemkin village. On the other side, we have a reality television star who has no qualities that would make him fit for the office, is without a doubt the least qualified and the least temperamentally fit for office that we have seen in a long time. And you put them together, and you have a campaign with no substance. It might have started out with substance, you know, and essentially you could say immigration or trade, essentially what is happening to some parts of the white electorate, also non-white, who are being left behind. That's fine. But we are not even near discussing that now. We are now at the bottom of the barrel. That's how we got here. It's the choice of the candidates. And it is quite remarkable that the parties have elected the weakest possible candidates for their side, and the only one who would have a chance of winning because the other side has nominated so weak a candidate.
And now with 26 days to go, you can feel the populace bracing itself, Charles, bracing itself for what's next at the debate, or is there another October surprise, or how low can they go? Have we hit rock bottom, or are we going even deeper?
No, there is no, in this campaign, there is no visible bottom. We'll only hit bottom on Election Day because there'll be no time to go any lower. But the trajectory is only one way, and Trump is ready to bring down the House. Bring down, almost literally, the House around him. He's bringing out, you know, parading around with accusers of Clinton, fine. But then when other people accuse him of similar behavior, he calls them liars and promises to bring evidence. Why doesn't he bring it now? Isn't this the time to bring it? Look, this is sunk so low that I agree with you. I don't know of anybody who doesn't want to see this end as quickly as possible. But again, I don't believe in apocalyptic thinking. This is not, some people are going to draw great statements about our politics. Yes, it is expressing a lot of this sort of the celebrity madness, the fact that Trump could have won the nomination in the first place. But I think Americans, Churchill once said, Americans always end up doing the right thing after they've tried everything else first.
Right.
Well, this is trying everything else first. We are right in the middle of it, and it is ugly.
Perhaps the right thing is coming our way. When and in what form remains to be seen. Charles, great to see you.
My pleasure.